Hello, welcome back to Jeff's Giant Growing Journal. Today I'm going to show you a video that I've been wanting to do for a couple years now, how I build my hoop house. It comes up every spring on Facebook. People are asking how to keep your plants warm in the early part of the spring before everything gets warm, the soil and the air to be able to support the plant. You got to keep them alive at the end of April, beginning of May. Even clear through May sometimes for us. So today I'm going to show you how I do it. I'll probably be changing it in the future, but I'm not sure yet. This works, and so we're going to keep doing it this way. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. There's many ways out there to do it. A lot of different guys do it a lot of different ways. This is just how I do it. To start with, I cut 3/8 inch rebar, 2 feet long. And then I've got my first two in right here. If you look, they're actually at an angle. They're leaning towards each other, and they're at an angle to the patch. This is my 150 square foot plant patch, and I'm going to grow it at an angle into the corner, the opposite corner. So I do have it looking, it's a little bit off compared to the way I normally do it. But basically what I do is I eyeball about in the center. And I go from the center of where my hoop house is going to be, and I come out 3 feet on both sides, and I put in a piece of rebar right there, and I got another one right there. So I'm going to continue that down. I make my hoop houses 6 feet by 6 feet. So what I do is I put one set of rebar here, and in 3 feet I put another set, and another 3 feet I put another set. There we have it. So now I have 6 pieces of rebar in the ground, about a foot down, and then I just take regular old 1/2 inch PVC pipe, and I put down over top of the rebar. The next thing I do is I dig a trench all the way around the outside, and I just dig that trench and put that dirt just on the outside, and you'll see why that here in a couple seconds. Okay, now that I got that dug, I'm going to cut my plastic. The plastic that I use, I buy it at Lowe's. It's a 4mm 12 foot by 100 foot rolls that I buy, and I buy 12 foot wide because the PVC is 10 feet. It gives me an extra foot on each side that I can bury the edge of the plastic, and that's what the trench is for, to bury that edge of the plastic so the wind doesn't come and pick it up. So I'm going to get that stretched out and get it cut, and then I'll show you what I do next. Okay, now what I do is buy these 2-inch wide binder clips. I buy them off of Amazon. I think that box, there's 40 of them in the box. I think it was $12 or $13, something like that. And the way that I do it, just because it makes it easier for me, is I clip them right on my shirt. That way I don't lose them, and I know where they're at. They're easy access for me to grab when I'm doing this. Usually I'm doing this completely by myself, so having easy access to these is rather convenient. especially if there is wind. Tonight there's no wind, so it should make things a little bit easier. Okay, now I take my plastic and I actually roll it over backwards underneath, so I have my extra down in the trench. Clip it on that side, come up on this side, pull it tight, and I do the same thing. Now I just take it and drape it up and over. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come up part way, and I'll get this one. I'll probably just go back and forth and get it all the way over. Typically I put 5 binder clips on the end hoops, and that's it. Alright, there's the outside of it. Now I do my end walls. One thing you'll notice as I was doing that, I pulled off these little pieces of plastic. What these are is just 1/2 inch PVC that I have cut a piece out of to make it a clip to fit over top of the PVC so that it will actually hold the plastic in place. I will end up replacing or putting these on along with these binder clips. The binder clips, I have to open up these hoop houses when it gets a little bit warmer out. So the binder clips will help keep everything on, keep the main part of the hoop together and on, and then allow me to open up the ends some. So I'll clip those on. I got 3 of them here. I've got another bucket that's got a bunch of them. So I'll go back and do that later. But I just made these on the table saw. They do sell these, but the ones that they sell, I believe, are 3 or 4 inches long, something like that. This has worked for me. I have scrap pieces of PVC laying around, so I just cut a bunch of them and throw them in a bucket, and I've got them. So, and they just clip on. Plus I'm cheap, so it makes the life a little bit easier, a little bit cheaper to do these. So now my end wall plastic. Again, I go for my roll of plastic. And I roll it out. Cut it for length, and you notice I got them both a little bit long. That's to make sure I get it all covered in case something's a little bit off square or anything like that. I do the same thing with this one. I flip this over back underneath of itself. And then I just take the binder clips off and I clip it onto it and work my way up around. there's that side. Now, to do the other side, I just simply cut this extra plastic off. And then I'll take this and go on the other side and do the same thing. All right, you see some of it is still loose. I'll add in a couple extra of the binder clips just to help hold it up there. This particular spot does not have soil heating cables, so I need to get that soil warmed up. And so the tighter I got it, the better off I'm going to be. But for the most part, that's what I do. And then I just got to go back through and bury the plastic. And there we have it. That's how I build my hoop houses. It doesn't take very long to do, but at the end of the year, this plastic, I'll take it, I throw it away. This type of plastic's not good in the sun long term for multiple years. You could buy greenhouse plastic that will last 4 or 5 years. What I do is, after my plants are in there and they are going, they outgrow this, I will take the plastic off and I leave the hoops. The hoops will stay there all year. I will actually save the outside plastic for the time being and use it as a stump cover over top of the stump just to protect it from rain and anything like that. But that's how I do it. These will heat up, they will get hot. They'll get over 100 degrees on a sunny, 70 sunny day. So, but that's it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. They do withstand the wind. They won't withstand a 50, 60 mile an hour wind, but I've had them go through some pretty rough winds and they survived. So, but that's how I do it. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications. And grow big, and God bless.